What's up, guys? Paul with Stud Pack. Welcome back to the channel. I'm standing here in front of the massive fireplace we built in our last video, and we read your comments and we hear you. No hidden speakers behind the drywall. We'll go external. We'll put them up here somewhere on a shelf, hang them on a bracket, whatever. We'll figure it out. So we appreciate the comments there. Now, another comment was on the couch. You ever heard of a love sack? I didn't know what that was, so I was kind of afraid to Google it, so I looked it up, and it is a sectional couch, all kind of furniture, but they have the audio components built in, subwoofer speakers. How cool would that be to be sitting on the couch with the subwoofer right under you while you're watching like Top Gun or some other shoot 'em up movie, right? So if you have one, let us know how you like it. And it's gonna work great for us because we actually have power behind the couch. It's like we planned it because we got to power the subwoofer, right? In the meantime, in the background, we've been working on the MEPs because that's like our next big step. But it's kind of like kicking us around a little bit because we've never done it on this scale. We've got the rough plumbing done. We had the inspection and we failed. Nothing the plumber did. It was on our part because part of the rough inspection is all your shower valves, your tub valves. And since we don't have those selected, they failed us. And they also failed us because we don't have the bathtub in the Jack and Jill bathroom right here. So this tub, we were just gonna run down the street, right? Pick up your standard 30 by 60 tub. Now, if you didn't know, tubs come in two flavors, a left hand and a right hand. Depends on where the drain is. Our drain's over here on the left, we need a left-hand tub. And like I said, we were gonna put in that plain old 30 by 60 tub, but we got an email from a company claiming to have designed the perfect bathtub. In fact, it was designed by the son of one of the design leaders for the Apollo lunar landing module. And that's pretty incredible. If they can put a man on the moon, what kind of bathtub can they design? So they actually sent us one. It's sitting in the box outside. We haven't even looked at it. Let's go grab it, unpack it, and check it out. All right, guys, we hauled it over here. And remember we told you they designed the perfect tub? Well, they named it the perfect tub by Bracktub. And 3 points right off the bat that I noticed when we were carrying it over here. Number 1, molded handles. No cardboard little handle that's gonna tear, right? Got 2 on each side. It made it really easy for us to carry over. Heavy duty corner protection on all the edges, protect the tub. And of course, a dotted cutout. A lot of tubs have that, so use that piece of cardboard to protect the bottom. So let's open this up and see what they've done to a tub to make it perfect. I mean, how many things can you do to a tub, right? Ooh, it even comes with a drain. Nice, never seen that with a tub before. Let me get this lid out of here. Open it up. Okay, so this drain has an outlet here and there. Very interesting, never seen that on a tub. Can't wait to see what else they got in store for us under the foam. Now guys, this is a standard size tub, 30 right there by 60. Take my word for it, there's a little foam on here, but it will fit in that opening in this dimension. And I'm noticing a bunch right away, right off the bat. Look at the bottom, look how flat it is and look how large it is, right? So the internal volume of the tub, when you fill it with water, it's like 30% more than a standard tub. So that's pretty awesome right there. And with this big, wide, flat bottom, you could easily put like a handicap chair in there, right? So it's bigger volume, easier to take a shower, easier to take a bath, and easier if you're handicapped. And the other thing I'm looking at, I'm kind of wondering what is going on, is this little slot right here. I know that's the overflow, but I'm curious to see how they've designed the overflow with the drain. Now, as cool as this tub is, it does present a problem for us, and that is on the venting side of our tub. So a traditional tub, right, is gonna be much smaller on the floor, and then you're gonna have a side over here that slopes up. So you have a lot of dead space in the tub over here. Remember we did my mom's shower? There was actually a possum living in that dead space, right? And we were counting on that dead space to help us kind of conceal this pipe. A standard tub, the floor would be about where my hand is, and then the side wall would come up here. So now with the perfect tub and all that extra volume and capacity inside, the side may hit this pipe. We don't know, so we're gonna haul it over here and slide it in and see just how much room we have right here and then make a decision, are we gonna move this pipe or do something else? All right guys, we are in the opening. Good news, but it's gonna be close. I can't see over there, so Rad, I'm gonna push it to you.
Yeah, it's close.
Ooh,
oh man.
Like an inch?
Like an inch.
Let me grab a tape measure, come around to that side, and let's figure out how we're gonna get this tub in there. So I kind of imagined that we would crash into this pipe and that we would have an issue here, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. I thought we were gonna have to chip this concrete out, get underneath the slab, and move this pipe into this wall. But as it turns out, the distance between the framing and the edge of the tub flange is like 1 1/8 inches. And we're good over here. In other words, if the tub moved this way 1 1/8 inches, we're still well clear of the door and we're still well clear of the toilet. So if the tub moved over 1 1/8 inches, we can just pad that wall out, right? So what do we have on site? Plenty of scraps of, that's 1 1/8 inches thick. Any ideas? The Advantech subfloor scraps, right? It would be the perfect material to pad out this back wall. And the other thing it does for us, we can run a big piece right here horizontally for future grab bars. We could even do the whole wall if we wanted to. So we got plenty of scraps behind Jordan and Rad, so that's the plan. We'll just pad that wall out and that solves that problem. But now I got another little issue over here, and that is with the drain. So the slot I told you about for the overflow, I didn't even notice this, but it's already built in. There's this flexible tube, and this is the drain body I showed you with the 2 inlets. Well, one of them is for the overflow right here. This would actually bend under the tub like that, and this is where your bath water would drain, and then the plumbers can just connect to the bottom and tie it into here. But as you can see, we're right over this concrete. So we just got to chip out enough of that concrete for the plumbers to tie this drain from the manufacturer into this drain that they ran a few months ago. But man, look at that, like finished materials coming into the Dreamhouse. I love it. I love seeing everything come together, like the fireplace, the tub.
And it's big.
And it's big. Look how big that is. You want me to get in it? Not with my boots. So now that we have a game plan, let's pad this wall out first and chip a little bit of concrete.
And of course, there's rebar everywhere where the drain is supposed to be. Classic.
I can tell by the number 5 rebar, we are right in a grade beam. Nice job, Rad.
What?
What are we thinking, boys?
Well, let me go take a measurement of the tub. What I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing like this piece of rebar sticking up, this one sticking out, this one, this one, this one, all these. That's gonna make it brutal for the plumber to get in here and like hook everything up. So the bigger we can make it, the cleaner we can make it, and the less sharp things in the hole that we can make it, the better for the plumber. But let's take a measurement and see where we're at right now. All right, guys, we're doing the concrete chipping and the padding out at the same time. So we got this piece of Advantech right here. The center of it is at 36 above the concrete. That is grab bar height, and we can adjust up or down a little bit. And it is 60 inches wide and 12 inches tall. And Milwaukee sent us a new impact drill. It's their Surge M18, so it's hydraulic impact hammer, so really quiet. So instead of steel on steel, which makes the loud noise with a regular impact, there's hydraulic oil in there to dampen the sound. And check this out.
That's an impact?
That's an impact. It's the same as a regular drill.
No
same
way.
Sound, yeah.
Dude, we should go get our old impact and compare it, because that's crazy.
Let's do it. This is just an impact drill.
Regular.
Not a Surge. That's massive.
That's crazy
Yeah,
different.
even for this job site, it's great. But if you work in hospitals, schools, and office
Remodels?
buildings,
Yeah.
don't want to wake up everybody. That's an impact.
Is that the future right there?
I think it is the future.
That's crazy.
But you got a way bigger battery on yours, so that's why it was going so much easier.
Okay, here. You want to switch, guys? You want to switch? Man, that's great. I'm never going to get used to that. I'm going to take this home and just do stuff at the house. So we got this piece up. Now we got to put strips underneath, right? Not all the way down, just to get to the tub. And then we're going to go from here all the way to the ceiling. And over here, the reason this is all open is because it's going to have a pocket door once we get that pocket door frame in here, we will attach this to it and everything else and finish right there.
Yeah, and speaking of the pocket doors, I want to let the viewers know that the things that should be installed currently, like the pocket doors and the HVAC and the electrical, we are like actively working in the background to try to get. So we're working on that.
So much. It takes like we basically figured it takes a whole day out of our week
Mondays
to do all that stuff.
Pretty much.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we spend all day Mondays just emailing, calling, getting things lined up, and then in the middle of the workday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you're following up and handling phone calls. So.
Exactly. All right, I got the strips cut somewhere. Let's go get them and put them up.
Did you guys see that guy ski down Mount Everest?
I have not.
Did you guys watch that?
No.
I saw the thumbnail. I hadn't watched it.
Oh man.
I'm watching videos to help build your house.
What?
That's right. How do you get to the top? Helicopter?
You have to find out, dude. Hey, we can have a full-on conversation while he's
I was just gonna say that.
using that drill.
That's hilarious.
All done padding out and future planning for grab bars on the back wall. So now our tub won't hit this pipe. Good to go. Guys, a quick break in today's video to tell you about the sponsor of this video, Brunt. We all know that Brunt makes great footwear, right? Boots just like the ones I'm wearing, but they also make great workwear apparel, just like these pants, for everyone in the trades. And we love their boots because they're slip, oil, and heat resistant, and they're comfortable from day one, no break-in period. And Brunt gear makes a great gift for the holiday season for that special hardworking person in your life. And if that person is you, just buy yourself your own gift. And during the month of November, Brunt is releasing special edition styles of boots and hoodies. And last year they sold out quick, so make sure you keep an eye out. And Brunt makes all their products really affordable, and they're really confident you're gonna love them as much as we do. And if you don't, just send them back and you're gonna get your money back. Guys, this is a perfect time to check out Brunt gear. Just simply go to bruntworkwear.com/studpack and use the code studpack at checkout. You're gonna get $10 off your order. Awesome deal right now. Thanks so much to Brunt for sponsoring our video. We super appreciate it. Let's get back to work. So our next step is to actually hook up the plumbing, but there's an important step we want to do before that. We have the perfect tub, right? We want to make it perfectly flat and level because we know that our slab right here is not. If you remember back when we poured the slab, this was actually the lowest spot of the slab. So I got the laser set up behind Jordan, and this is the best way to check it. Now, I've already done this, so I know right here is the high spot. So 49 5/8. So if I come over here to the right, or left, sorry, I'm a 16th lower. I'm at 49 11, so I need a 1/16 shim here. So I wrote that on the slab, 1/16. Did the same thing here. I need a 1/4 inch shim. And over here on the right, I need a 3/16 shim. So I used, what we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna make a shim. I've already kind of made them. There's my little 16th, there's my 3/16, there's my 1/4. This is treated. I cut them on the table saw, and now I can come over here to the chop saw. And now we will Lexel these to the slab in those spots. So let's put our shims down right where they go. 16th, 3/16, and a 1/4. Now we're gonna bring our tub in here, try it again. If it's perfect, we'll take the tub out, attach these to the slab with some Lexel, and then we'll put some type of cement product in here, thin set, self-leveling underlayment, something, so when we set the tub, it's fully bedded in a solid material. You guys ready to move that tub one more time?
Do it.
Let's do it. Tub set in place. Now let's check it with the laser and a tape measure. Gonna put it on the edge of the tub at this back corner. Try to get out of the way of the beam. 33.5. Check it up here. There you go, guys. Look at that. 33.5. And check this side. 33.5. So I love that. And this is a really important step because if your tub is not level, two things can happen. Number one, you can get puddling inside. So the water, instead of all of it draining towards the drain, it may collect right here on the front left or the front right or in the back, and you get discoloring there, and then it's always going to be a stain. That is really a pain. The other thing is it's going to throw off your tile layout. You're going to have tapered cuts, in other words. Now we're going to have perfectly level cuts just like we want. All right, guys, let's pull this out of here last time and go find some type of setting compound to set the tub in permanently.
And we need plumbing fittings.
And we need fittings. All right, guys, we're in Home Depot just about to film a clip, and the power went out. Oh, there he goes. We're in emergency. We're on backup. Okay. All right, guys, in Home Depot, we're going to get the fittings to connect this to the drain and our slab. This is where the overflow goes. We don't have to worry about that. We just need to know what that is. What is it? Well, I know it's 1.5 inches, and this is how I know. This is 1.5 inch slip joint nut, and it's gonna go on there just fine. 1.5 inch pipe thread, right? So if you wanted to use a tubular P-trap, you could do that, right? We don't wanna use that. We wanna hard pipe it because we're gonna get a bigger diameter pipe, and then we don't have all those fittings, these slip joint nuts, that could leak. We're gonna glue everything. Way better under a tub, in my opinion. So we've got an 1.5 inch female adapter, 1.5 inch female pipe threads, adapting to 1.5 inch PVC pipe. That's gonna screw on there. And look at the difference in diameter between 1.5 inch pipe and 1.5 inch tubular. Pretty massive, right? So it's gonna look something like that coming out of our bathtub, right? And now we gotta go from 1.5 inch to the 2 inch coming up out of our slab. So I'm simply gonna use a bushing. This bushing is going to go inside our 90, like that. Wastewater here, down into the slab where we have our P-trap way down there. I got 3 2-inch 90s. We're in the we're in the DWV, drain waste vent section, right? This is a vent 90, this is a standard 90, and this is a long sweep 90. They would all work, but if I use this, I have to cut the white pipe coming out of the slab way deeper. I'm not sure if Rad wants to chip any more concrete and cut rebar. And I would actually feel comfortable using a vent 90 because that water is going to come in here and just fall 3 feet to our P-trap, and then we don't have to cut the pipe as low. So what do you think, Jordan? You want to get one of each, a vent and a standard, and play around with it at the job site?
Yeah, why not?
Cool. They're cheap.
I think that's it.
Okay. Let's go. We are back from Home Depot ready to install the perfect tub, and our goal today is to get it completely installed so we can fill it with water when the inspector comes back, because that's what he wants to see. He wants to see a tub completely full of water, not leaking underneath. Now when we set the tub for the final time, we're gonna have wet thin set and wet PVC glue, and we only have one shot to get it right. And I have a plan on how to line everything up. It all starts with a piece of cardboard that we're gonna cut out of the box the tub came in. Let's get going. All right, guys, our tub is in the opening. We got it sitting on our cardboard template on this side. We made sure the cardboard template was in the corner, and we put a little piece of cardboard on this end as well, just to make sure the tub is sitting level. Now, how are we gonna transfer this hole to that cardboard? I'm going to use a hole saw. This one, I don't even know what size that is. What is that, 2 inch? It fits perfectly in there, upside down. So in other words, the teeth are facing me. If I try to go the other way, the teeth don't fit. So we're gonna put it this way, take my little pica, and I'm gonna draw the circle on the hole saw where the mandrel goes, or the arbor, whatever you wanna call it. Now we can remove the tub, put this back over that hole, trace the outer diameter, and now we'll have a location marked on the cardboard exactly where our drain goes. So guys, it's just gonna be one of those days. We're gonna have to move the tub, install the tub, move the tub, install the tub. But I promise you, one of those times will be the last one. Where's my mark on the cardboard?
What the heck?
Oh, is there plastic on the bottom of the tub?
You marked the plastic.
Oh, classic plastic. I told you we're gonna be putting this in and out several times. All right, I'm just gonna hold it here. Let's do it again, guys. Rad, can you reach under there and cut out that plastic? Yeah. Oh man. Now I've got the same hole saw we used to put through the drain to make that mark in my mandrel, and I got it in my drill. So I'm just gonna drill a hole now, and I'm gonna eyeball the middle of that little circle we made. Okay, so that circle represents the drain in the bottom of the tub. So now we just gotta pipe it up from here to there at the right height.
How are we gonna do that?
I got a plan.
Hey Paul, does your plan involve putting the tub back there?
Of course, several times. Okay. Step number 1, we're gonna attach our trap adapter to the drain body that came with our perfect tub. I'm gonna wrap Blue Monster pipe tape.
That again.
All right guys, here's how I put tape.
Start again.
All right, here's how I put tape on threads. I've got the tape coming off the back side like that. I'm gonna catch it with my left thumb right there. And then I'm just gonna go around the threads in a clockwise direction. 1, 2, 3. So there's the pipe tape. Put a little pipe dope, and it's just belt and suspenders, right? I don't want any issues with this tub. No calls from Jordan, right? At 2 in the morning, hey dad, my tub's leaking. Ain't gonna happen. So I'm gonna put some on the male threads, and because I can, because of what I just said, I'm also gonna put a little bit on the female threads. I feel really good about that connection. Boom, there we go. Clean that out. with my finger. Now, whenever I'm doing plumbing projects, I used to have a rag nearby, but now with the Muckenders, I got those. Get that blue monster off my hands. Wow, look at that. Usually it just smears all over the rag and all over my hands, but that takes it right off. Sweet. So now that that fitting's made up, I want to put the street 90 inside the female adapter pointed towards that pipe. So I'm going to do a little more surgery on this cardboard right here. We'll be right back. I've made this notch in the cardboard. I'm going to show you what that's for, but now I'm going to use the cardboard to assemble my drain at least a couple times. That way we don't have to haul the tub in here. So I've got that kind of pre-assembled. I've got the overflow facing in the direction it's going to be installed when the tub is installed, and I've got my street 90 kind of pointing towards that pipe. I'm going to put this back in the corner, just like that. And now I'm going to look in here, and I'm going to rotate everything so that this 90 is pointing towards that pipe. Oh, we're hitting the concrete, but that's okay because the tub is going to pick this up a little higher. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect, and here's why. I can adjust this, right, when we put the tub in, and because of the flexible snorkel on the overflow, this doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. I've got some play.
We need it in the ballpark, though.
We do, and it is in the ballpark, I feel like. So now I got a Sharpie. I'm going to put a couple marks on here for alignment. So now I've got my marks. I'm going to take these two apart, prime them, and glue them together. All right, so we're good from here to here. Sealed there, glued there. Now I cut this short piece of pipe. It's not the final one. It's just going to help us get the height that we need to cut this pipe off at. So the plan is to put this in the hole, swing this 90 against this pipe, way in the hole, and reach in and make a mark. Come up 3/4 from that mark, and that is where we cut the pipe because the pipe has to go inside the hub. But we got some concrete in the way, so we're going to get out the chipping hammer and clean out a little more concrete. All right, we got our concrete all chipped out, so now this fits in there nice. So now we're going to get our pipe assembly, right? It's not glued here and here yet. Remember that, it's key. We're going to attach this to our tub, bring it over here, put it in place, swing this 90 against that pipe, and mark the bottom of it. Because we need this on the tub because the tub is going to establish the final height of our drain.
Yep.
Good?
Yeah, nice.
How we look?
Pretty good, and then swing that pipe over if you can, Rad. Boom. All right, I've got the smallest hands. I'll do it. Okay, I think I got it. There's gonna be 17 Sharpie marks on that thing. All right, let's see if we got a mark. Oh, dude, that looks awesome.
Good?
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I nailed it.
Okay, guys, there's our mark. Now remember, we got to come up 3/4 inch from there, and that's our cut line. And I'm actually going to do that with my internal pipe cutter, but all this pipe is in the way, so I'm going to chop it off way up here with the buzzsaw first. Here we go. And I sure hope they empty the water out of here like they said they did. We're about to find out. All right, no water.
It's already good.
Hey, got the 1 inch mark at the line Jordan made, and I'm actually going to go 5/8. Give myself a little play. Two things about using a tool like this: you got to stuff a rag inside the pipe because this could come loose in the chuck, and now you're going to spend the rest of your day getting that out. So that's the first thing we do. But now what I think I'll do is I'll hold this tool against the mark I made, cut through on the outside, and then I can put it in on the inside, reference that line, and just go around like that, and should get a pretty square cut. What do you guys think? You like it?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, I'm through. Am I? That's the problem. The hardest part about doing this is getting a square cut, and I'm already off, right? So I think what I'm going to do, that's where I want to be. So I think I'm just going to put a block right here under this stud. And then this, as long as I keep this up against the block, I'm square and I'm the same distance from the block to my cut. I don't know any other way to do it. Okay, there we go. There's our block, our little stop block, and I'm really liking that. As long as I keep the bottom of the drill, the back of the drill, against that block, and maybe I'll just go around real lightly. Let's stop talking, Paul. Get it done, huh?
that was perfect.
That looked awesome the way it came off.
It ended exactly where you started.
Wow. Not perfect, but pretty dang good for being like a foot into concrete.
Well, that's where you started going.
That's where
off.
it started?
Yeah, the rest is
And then,
awesome.
right here.
Yeah.
And then it corrected.
Nice.
Let's remove our block, remove our rag, and keep going. We're gaining on it. All right, guys, next step. This is the 90 that's going to go on top of this pipe. I already glued the bushing in. So we're going to put it on there like that. Taking this piece of pipe off the tub. So we're going to bring the tub over here that still has the street L on it. We're going to drop it in the hole, and then we're going to measure from shoulder to shoulder of these fittings. Then we're going to add 1.5 inches because the pipe goes into each hub by 3/4 inch. See that stop right there? 3/4 inch back. And you got to count for that, 3/4 inch right there. So again, drop the tub in place, measure shoulder to shoulder from fitting to fitting, add 1.5 inches, and that's the final length of this piece of pipe. Check it out, we're getting close. So I've got the back of the drain body facing me right there. That's for the overflow. And I got these two 90s pointed towards each other. Try to get in there. I think I could get this in here. I'm looking at 4.5. I'm looking at exactly 4.5. So that means the piece of pipe that goes in between there, 6 inches long. Let me go cut it. This one should be long enough. In fact, it looks like it's perfect, dude. I'm not even gonna measure. Look at that. What are the chances? Well, I guess that means we're ready. All right, guys, we got our 6-inch piece put in right there. Everything's glued up. Now, remember, our chrome piece inside the tub is still loose. So I have some adjustment on this, right? Because I'm going to need that when we line it up and drop it on that pipe in the ground. And we also put our black Polyguard TRM. It's like black tar for anti-termite, right? So that way they can't crawl from under the slab up into our building. Because remember, we have that foam there, and there's a gap. Termites can get in there. And they can also use it, if they're in the building, to get under the building. You don't want that at all either. We also took all our plastic off the tub. To Jordan's left, we have some thin set made up, just kind of runny, kind of thin. And that's why I'm gloved up, because I forgot a trowel. There was a lot to remember for this project. So I'm just simply going to scoop, and I'm going to spread it right here under each one of these little supports for the tub. Now, most tubs don't have this, right? They have like a little foam block on each corner, nothing like that. Now, the other thing that they did with this tub that's really cool, this surface right here, embedded in that fiberglass, in that acrylic rather, is some steel. And because this is so thin, that steel is going to strengthen this whole side of the tub so that the weight of your tile doesn't push that down. Pretty cool right there, too.
Oh, looks like we set up a little rabbit trap for your arm there.
Oh, yeah. With the box. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. We never caught anything. All right, guys, thin set is down. And remember back in the video, I mentioned we got one shot. We are about to take it. It is go or no go right now. So I'm going to glue these up. It's already been primed. We'll go a little more because we got to pull blocks and cardboard. All right, let's hit it, guys. Do that on. All right. If y'all can lift, I'll move the block.
How you looking? You're home? All right, I'm down.
I'm gonna push on that with the... Man, that was easy. We dropped it right on there, and I'm just keeping some pressure on it with this block. When I say it, I mean the 90. That was easy, guys. All that planning. Nice job.
Wow.
Nice job, Stud Pack.
Like kind of in disbelief.
All right, guys, we took our one shot getting this tub in, and we absolutely nailed it. I am so happy with these two guys, and we pulled it off. So our next step is to actually come back tomorrow. We're under strict orders not to get any closer than this. Can't even touch it because it is perfectly level. And we checked parallel to this wall. It is exactly where we want it, guys. So we're not going to touch it. We're going to let that thin set up overnight and the PVC glue set up overnight. So we'll come back tomorrow, final fitment and review. The thin set will be hard. We'll see you then. All right, guys, back on site the next day. Thin set is nice and hard. Now, one thing you wouldn't want to do is set the tub in the thin set and immediately fill it with water, right? Let it harden first, and then you're good to go. The instructions call for this detail right here, a screw with a fender washer to capture this flange. So I have this example here just to show you what that looks like. But just remember, once you tile this in on the floor and the surround, the tub's not going anywhere. So let's work on this drain right here. Now, every one I've ever done at the bottom right here is a cross shaped. And this is the tool I always use to install and remove those. But this one has 3 prongs right there. So I went by my storage unit this morning, looked in my plumbing drawer, and I remembered I had this tool by Rigid. I'm going to put a link for this below. And on this end, you can do 4 prongs or 3. So let me get it lined up in there. and pull this guy out. See, it's just hand tight. That's all we needed for the fit up. I'm gonna take that out of here. Oh man, look at that. That lines up perfect, Jordan. Woo! Nice. Let's put our plumber's putty on here and install this sink. And I got the hose ready, man. I want to put some water in here. A little rope-a-dope. It does come with that washer like we talked about earlier, but I prefer plumber's putty. And no silicone comments. I had enough of those on Stud Pack 2. Okay, we are started. You can tell because the plumber's putty is squeezing out. So I'm going to continue to tighten this, and it's just hand tight. You don't need to put a wrench on this. And what I'm gonna have Jordan do is watch this gray fitting right here, the PVC fitting, because I don't want it to start to spin. All right, bud, you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. I feel like I'm almost there on my end. How you looking?
It's not moving.
Okay. One more. You good?
Yeah, it didn't even move at all.
All right, nice. So I use my knife, I cut around the edge to get off those little pieces of putty. Then I use the wad of putty that I took off of there. And it's like silly putty, it'll just pick them right up. Now I know what you're saying, Stud Pack, it's off center. Well, what you're seeing is this part of the tub is higher than over here. So it's gonna look like we're off center this way because that's higher. All right, dude, let's get the garden hose, turn it on, check for leaks. We got water, we got a bathtub in the Dreamhouse.
Dang.
Look at that, that looks awesome.
Oh, it's clean.
Yeah. So I was thinking, like last night, this may not drain like we want it to, because remember, it's not vented yet, because the vent is still under test water, right? It's full, but it's actually draining pretty good. I'm gonna stay here with the hose, and you look underneath, check for leaks, bud. It should be really easy to see if you have any leaks, because the concrete's gonna get wet from it dripping, right?
Yeah. We look perfect.
Love it. All right, guys, we got the water flowing just because it looks cool and it sounds cool. It sounds like we have a fountain in here. So, interesting thing about this integrated overflow, it's a slotted, right? And so that way you don't need another piece of hardware up here. And you can fill the water all the way up to here and get a much deeper soak. Now they're gonna send us a white drain cover right here, so we don't have to worry about the chrome matching all the rest of Jordan's fixtures. And guys, one of the best features about this tub is this undercut. Imagine you're bathing a little baby or you're taking a bath yourself, and look what happens to the water that splashes up. It comes around and goes back in the tub instead of out here on the floor. And that's great because a lot of bathroom accidents happen when you step out of the tub and you slip and fall when you're outside the tub. Speaking of stepping out of the tub, this tub makes it much better as well. Because your foot is here, it's a much closer step. You're just stepping from here to here instead of your foot being way back here in a conventional tub and making a bigger step way out there. So there we go, guys. Finally working on the finishes inside the Dreamhouse. So now you know how to install a bathtub, install a perfect tub under your like button, take a nice long soak, and you can smash the like button while you're in the bathtub. Pretty cool. While you're there, please subscribe to our channel if you're not a subscriber already. We will put links to all the tools, materials, products we used in the video description below. And don't forget our very own Stud Pack MUCKENDER towels. They are absolutely awesome. Safe for the skin, safe for the grime. We'll put a link below. Check them out. Super easy to order, and we'll see you right back here on our very next video.